many people will join us. Also, you might have heard last week, Gina wants to do an acting class for folks to have people move from maybe shyness to test into their acting abilities. It'll sharpen your skills or develop your skills in terms of acting. You'll connect with your authentic voice, build your confidence, and then at the end of this class, there'll be a performance given to the larger community. So doesn't that sound fun? So that's a sign-up sheet as well. So I ask you to do that. And then Carolyn and Elizabeth, would you two stand? Pat and Pat. So the three of them have set up a table called Paper Bag Ministry. So what you do is you're invited to go out and create a bag. So if someone asks you for something, food or money during the week, you could give them that bag. Or you could give the bag back to us. And we give it to an organization that goes to camps throughout San Diego and delivers those bags. So please make one and don't eat the goodies that are inside. They're for other people. Okay, so that's me. Oh, James is up here. Hey, James.
Hey, good morning. Okay. Good morning. So I'm your racial equality project person. Our history, a quote from John Leguizamo. When Latino kids don't see themselves represented on stage or film or television or newspapers or history books, what they're told is, you don't matter. But when they see themselves represented, then they are told, you are important. You are authors, you are scientists, you are explorers, you are special, you are leaders, you are respected. You are the reason we are here. Okay, so we're gonna do our prayer, and you can repeat after me, okay? We are the light bearers of love and forgiveness.
We are the light bearers of love and forgiveness.
Vibrating the flames of equality, grace, and peace all over the world.
Vibrating the flames of equality, grace, and peace all over the world.
Our journey towards equality reflects our commitment.
Our journey toward equality reflects our commitment.
Ensuring that all are heard and valued.
Ensuring that all are heard and valued.
We are all part of our history.
We are all part of our history.
Thank you. Heritage moment, Hispanic Heritage Moment, History of the Piñata. We close out the Hispanic Heritage Month with a wonderful story of the piñata. Go ahead and watch the video on the website. Awakening Wednesdays, meditative movement with Kathleen Cienfuegos. Hey, Cienfuegos. This week we will tap into our embodied and innate knowing of our inner self, feeling the freedom to allow ourselves to engage with our emotions and feelings. Thank you.
Thanks, James. Hi, I'm Sue Yen. See you right here.
Hi, Sue Yen.
Thanks, Bob. So I have an announcement. First of all, just this past week has been Rosh Hashanah, Jewish New Year, and also yesterday was Yom Kippur, which is the Day of Atonement, where basically everything is wiped clean. And so I just wanted to start off the new year clean. And one of the things I was thinking about during the new year is like, what do I want to bring more of into my life? And one of the things is deeper connections. And has anybody ever wanted deeper connections, or does that resonate with you? Excellent. So one way we have to do that here at Universal Spirit Center is with home groups. And we get together once a month with a small group that you continue on, hopefully for a long time. I know some of these groups have gone on for 5 or 6 years. And so we have an opportunity right now. There's one that's going to be meeting on Sundays. It's normally the second Sunday, but this month, it's going to be next week, which is the third Sunday. It will start on Zoom, and it's going to be led by our very own Rev. Sarah Adams and practitioner Derek Brunkhorst. He's going to be coming in online until he moves back out here to San Diego. So please come see me at the Yes table if you have questions about home groups. And that's my home group. And then why am I wearing this hat, for example, do you ask? Because we love this man here. We love Kevin too. But Lee has volunteered to lead some country western line dancing for Be Well Therapy as a fundraiser, which is happening this Saturday. And so please come join me, Lee, and Cindy. And anybody else, just come find me at the Yes Table with the hat. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Bob Mosiah. The rest of your announcements for today. For those of you who have some questions about what we just talked about or what I'm gonna announce, please go to our website at universalspiritcenter.org for all your answers. Third Saturday with Angels, Margot, Laura, I know you're here. Please stand up. So join Margot at her home. Come learn to tune in to Subtitle Energies. 1 p.m. to 3 at her home. So go to universalspiritcenter.org for her address. Save the date. So Margot and Deanna Leon, can you both stand up? Join these ladies for a 4-week class called Opening to Spiritual Insights. Learn to communicate with angels, guides, and ancestors. And this will be from 6:30 to 8:30, Tuesday, October 29th. You're welcome. And next we have, for all you bakers, we're having a pie baking for Thanksgiving fundraiser. And that Ridenhour, she's not here, hosts a pie event at her South Park kitchen. Looking for 4 or 5 bakers to sign up for the event Saturday, November 23rd. For those who want to bake their own or donate fresh pies or frozen pies, sign up and let us know who will be baking those pies or donating them. And there's a sign-up sheet at the Yes Table outside or online. And finally, so with the football theme going on here, what do you call a religious quarterback? A pastor.
Acknowledge Bob and his joke. And I see our very first ever music director just wandered in here. Devavani. Welcome, Devavani. So I'm inviting you all to stand and turn to the clock behind you, and there's a camera below the clock, and wave to all the hundreds of people who join us online. Thanks for being part of Universal Spirit Center virtual community. Stay standing and welcome each other to Universal Spirit Center.
Hello. Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. My name's Lee Armentrout. I'm one of our prayer practitioners, and I'm here to lead us in our spiritual practice together. So find your seats. Give Devavani one last hug. Hi, Devavani. So this is our time to go within. So whatever it is that you do to connect with that inner life within you, I invite you to do that now. Perhaps it's a deep breath, shoulders back. Just get a chance to call all of the parts of yourself here right now. We're going to read a reading from David Hawkins. We'll have some time in stillness together. And then I'll bring us out with a prayer. So David Hawkins says, we are all connected at the energetic level. And a higher vibration, such as love, has a powerful effect on lower vibration. As lower vibrations are acknowledged and released, we are freer and move into higher vibrations. How grateful I am to spend time again with friends in this still place. That place that we recognize as that one perfect life showing up as us. Communing, loving, experiencing God itself. I'm grateful for this time together. I'm grateful for all of the activity of Universal Spirit Center. I'm grateful for each person here and each person watching online, whether they're watching right now or an archived video of it. The truth is that this is a holy moment now. I'm so grateful. And together we can anchor this high truth of our unity with all of the good there is, all of the love there is, all of the power there is, the highest vibration there is. We can anchor that together as we say together. So it is.
still my mind, be at peace in my awakening. I release with my heart, free my soul in my awakening. I am whole. Om Shanti. 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 Again. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. As I love and as I give in my awakening, I choose to live. Give me strength and shine your light in my awakening. Clear my sight. Oh, Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Sing for peace. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. All I believe and all I know in my awakening, I let go. Fill me with hope. Conquer my fear in my awakening. My peace appears. Oh, Om Shanti. 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 Om together, all Om. Om. Beautiful, thank you.
Lauren Grace. Isn't that a great last name for her, Grace? It's such a great last name. So a few of you may have missed the announcement earlier, but Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 7:30 from now to the elections, I'm hosting a meditation to raise our vibration for the elections across the street in our classroom. So you're all invited. There's a sign-up sheet. There's a table with a ton of sign-up sheets, so I invite all of you to go check them out. But please sign up if you're interested in going so we can prepare for the space for that many people. So years ago, I was in practitioner training. I was training to be a practitioner. And we took a field trip to LA one Sunday to go attend Agape, Michael Beckwith's Agape Center. So we actually went on a Saturday night. It was the year 2 of 2 years of practitioner training. So we went up there, spent the night, and then the next morning we're going to Agape. So people from their Prac 2 class hosted those of us who were in this Prac 2 class. So myself and someone else from our class went up together, and a guy hosted us in his house, and he was a student, practitioner student at Agape. So we get there, and he says, there's a guru who I follow, Guru Mai. How many of you have heard of Guru Mai? She had an ashram in Sereno Valley for a while. I don't know if she still does. And he said, I follow her. Whoops. I follow her, and he says, tonight, it's walking distance from my house, and she has an ashram, and maybe we could go there and go to meditation. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Saturday night meditation, that sounded wonderful. So we're walking to this ashram. So this is the part of the story I wanted to share with you. And he was talking to us about the first time he met Guru Mai, very first time, a couple years ago. And he met her because she was visiting that ashram, her ashram, which was walking distance from his house. And he heard that this guru was coming, and he thought, well, I'll go check her out. So he went into their ashram. Maybe it's called center, but he went to her center there. She would periodically visit because she used to live in New York. I don't know where she lives now. So she was visiting, so he went to see her. And he said as soon as he walked in and he saw her, he was absolutely filled with love. Just this feeling of love washed over him and filled him. And he kind of realized, well, I'm in the presence of an enlightened being, right? So at one part of the gathering, she had a process in which people would walk down and receive a blessing from her. So he had spent maybe a half hour in her presence. So he's walking down to receive this blessing, and he's in line. And he says he gets about halfway down, and he realizes if she asked him, he was a youngish guy, he was in his mid-30s, successful guy in LA. But halfway down, he said, if she asked me to leave everything and follow her, he said, I would. He was that much filled with love. He said, I would follow her. And then he tells us, he took another step and he prayed, please don't call me to follow you. Please don't, because if you do, I will. So I think that points in a dynamic in us, that need, that desire to be safe and comfortable, right? To figure everything out, to know where everything is, and to have our surroundings be comfortable for us, right? How many want that? And we all want that. We all want to be comfortable. And we also desire to grow, right? To expand, to make a difference, to be better than we are. How many people feel that? Herein lies the rub. I hate to break this to you. You can't do both all the time. You can't, because the call to expand is always beyond our comfort zone. It just is. It's always beyond our comfort zone. It's to stretch and to grow and to take risks and to be vulnerable. That's the call. And I'll tell you this, because you know this. The degree that we stop the noise, both interior and out, we'll hear the call.
to be more than we are. We'll just hear it. Because that's what the universe calls us to. To expand, to grow, to evolve. It's imprinted on our souls. It reminds me of that Old Testament saying, which is said a number of times through the Old Testament, where God says, leave your father's land. Leave the land of your fathers and go to a new land that I will show you. It's a new land. And there, in that new land, I will multiply your descendants. You will be prosperous. Leave what is secure and familiar and move to a place that you've not been before. And there you will be abundant. That's the call. And I'm so glad Suyin mentioned that we just experienced the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah. We had a great celebration here for that. And then Yom Kippur. It's wiping the slate clean. Be forgiven. Own it. Be forgiven. Step forward in a new cycle of light. It's not light right now, but a new cycle. Step forward, clean. Allow yourself to be called to a new place. I've done a lot of backpacking in the past. And the backpacking is you load up your pack with everything that you're going to live on, and you go out into the wilderness, and you're out there and live with only what's in your pack. You don't bring it, you don't have it, right? The longest backpack I took was 19 days. And we had food stops because you can't carry that much food, but everything else, we carried. It's not as important what you take as much as what you don't take, because the packs are heavy. Devavani knows this. The packs are heavy. And if you take things you don't need, it weighs you down. And if you're out there, I think the 19 days was 200 miles and 4 peaks. It's not an easy hike without a pack. To put a 35-pound pack on your back and do that kind of miles. It's really important. So when one prepares for a backpacking trip, a thought is given. Do I really need to take this? I remember on that particular trip, it was 19 days, the first stop we came to was a post office, and we had mailed in food prior, picked up our food. Well, I mailed home because I realized I didn't need it, a t-shirt and a pair of socks. That's how desperate weight becomes, or not having weight. I mean, how much does it teach? It doesn't matter. I'm getting rid of anything that I don't need. It's really important, and this is something really funny. So the John Muir Trail, which is what I did, takes about a month, the full trail. Takes about a month from Yosemite down to Whitney. And it's about a month trail. And then there's another trail that starts from Mexico and goes up the Canadian border, Pacific Crest Trail. And that takes 4 months. So what's interesting is the 1 month folks going John Muir Trail is 1 month down, but then you cross these folks that are on the trail for 4 months, from border to border. It's amazing, right? They look like, those apocalypse movies where the world has been destroyed and there's a remnant. It's kind of what they look like. 4 months down, right? So here's what's funny. We're 1 month. They're 4 times on the trail. I was amazed when we passed them. You could tell, like I said, they had a certain look about them. But when I passed them, I could tell their packs were so small compared to ours. So small. They almost had day packs. They knew. They knew the key. And we're taking these big old 35, 40-pound packs. And they're like, how long are you guys out for? They were making fun of us. Rightly so. What are you bringing along that you don't need to carry? What are you bringing along that you don't need to carry? So the theme, this time of year is loaded with spiritual energies and spiritual themes. You know, we've got fall, we've got Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. We're starting to move just barely into darkness, and what nature is doing is it's losing that which it doesn't need to prepare down the road a bit, to prepare for something new. But right now, we're in a cycle of letting go. That's the energetic cycle of where we find ourselves. We're letting go to eventual barrenness and new life. But those are other talks down the road. Right now, it's about letting go. What do you need not to carry anymore? So I've been with this, and I'm really clear what I am working really hard not to carry. I'm working really hard not to carry negative thoughts and negative feelings, because they weigh me down. And most of you know I'm in my partner of 24 years suddenly died 9 months ago. And so I'm in the grief process. To carry, and those of you who have been or are in a grief process could probably relate to this. To carry a negative thought or a negative feeling in a process of grief takes you down a really bad rabbit hole. It's really important as we move through grief or even our lives to keep our energy up. It's really important. It's so easy, especially when we're going through some intense thing, to carry energy, thoughts that aren't needed. Let's take a breath here. And isn't it true, correct me if I'm wrong, how many people think right now that this nation is going through a tough time? We are. And so we could stay centered. We could be light workers. We could bring forth an experience of light for ourselves and those around us as we raise our energy. So I am totally committed, because in some ways my life really depends on it, to engage in practices that keep my energy up. Self-care, meditation, stillness, reading, solitude, being aware that when I have a negative thought, to not entertain it, and do what I can to keep my energy up. What is weighing you down? Pat? Guilt. What is weighing you down? Unforgiveness. Expectations. Anxiety. Responsibility. Shame. Small resentment, you say? Small resentments, because they can grow. Small resentments, yeah. Someone else? Fear. Comparison. Relatives. So on some level, apparently we could all relate to that because we laughed. So we're going to do a process here this morning because I really want us to raise our energy, especially going into this election. Let's raise our energy. So on the back, and Lee, you can maybe help with this. On the back of your chairs is a piece of paper. Will you pull it out, Kathleen, and I'll show you. It looks like this, and then we'll need some for the front. Eileen had them. Everyone have a piece of paper like this, and those in the front row will get you one. So we want everyone to have a piece of paper like this. So we'll wait till everyone has one, and then I'll share with you what we're going to do with it. Okay. Lee. It's got to be this little paper to participate in it. Everyone have one? Great. Everyone has one. Awesome. Do you have one? Kathleen? Kathleen needs one up here. Okay. Everyone's got one. Cool. So here's what I'm going to have you do in a minute. Don't do it. So A-type personalities, don't rush on this. Right? Just pause. Just pause. But in a minute, I'm going to take you through a little process, and I'm going to have you write down what your soul is telling you to release. It could be a word, maybe nothing long, right? A word, a couple words. But what is it that your soul is ready to release? So in a minute, not yet, I want you to write it down and then eat it. No, that's not true. No, that's not true. And then Lauren Grace will lead us in a chant. And as she's doing that, I'm going to need one, Lee. As she's doing that, I'm going to move this table and bowl up here. So water is a great symbol of it's a symbol of spirit, actually. It's fluid. It fills empty spaces. It nurtures. It cleans. So it's a great symbol of spirit. You know, it's used in baptisms. It's used in cleaning things. So it's a powerful symbol. So what I'm going to have you do, and you who were raised Catholic or Episcopalian will know how to do this. You leave the row if you want to participate. You come down the center, and you take this piece of paper, and you drop it in this water. And this paper disintegrates in water. Isn't that cool? And then after you do that, then you return to the sides. We'll be able to tell who was Catholic and who wasn't through that process. So you former Catholics help the other ones in this process. And you don't have to come up and do this. You're fine not to. You can sit in your seat. So please don't feel any obligation. But here's my invitation to you. Just let go. Just let go. If that isn't serving you, so you'll be lighter to respond to the call of your soul to evolve forth, right? That's what this is about. So I'm going to ask you for a moment to just close your eyes. I have some music playing back here. So just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Breathe right into your heart. And as you do, just create a space for your soul to be heard, to be felt, to be witnessed. Your higher self. So what is it that your soul is calling you to release? To let go of. Just let your soul, your higher self, reveal this to you. When you have a sense of that, go ahead and write it down on a piece of paper. And then maybe just fold it in half when you're complete. And then when you would like, you could come forth and release it into the water.
You are so loved. 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 I am so loved. I am so loved. I am so loved. I am so loved. We are so loved. We are so loved. Okay. Sing along when you feel inspired to. We're going to say, I am so loved. Okay. I am so loved. 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 Let's try you. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. Just you are so loved now. You are so loved. You are so loved. Okay. You are so loved. Beautiful. It's dissolving, I promise. Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. Some say love, it is a razor soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower, and you, it's only seed. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance. It's the one who won't be taken, who cannot seem to give, and the soul afraid of dying, that it never learns to live. When the night has been too lonely and the road has been too long, and you think that love is only for the lucky and the strong. Just remember, in the winter, far beneath the bitter snow, lies the seed that with the sons of love in the spring becomes the rose. Goodness. Woo, that song. Thank you.
Good morning. Hard act to follow. That was beautiful. Thank you, Lauren. Good morning. My name is Diane Leone, cantor. And Kevin asked if I would come share with you why I consciously give. And I was really glad to do so. So I consciously give to USC so that others can receive as I have received. For me, it's important to be part of a spiritual community that shares my values for personal growth, spiritual expansion, inclusivity, and most importantly, an authentic experience of love and connection. USC provides that for me, and so much more. I come from a Catholic upbringing where I was told week after week, month after month, year after year, that I was a sinner and unworthy of God's love. Not knowing any different, I was happy, to be honest with you. And I was very active in my church and took great pride in being a Catholic. So I bought into the teachings hook, line, and sinker. In time, life shifted, and I shifted. And I find myself no longer being aligned with the church's dogma. So I reluctantly moved on. The thing was, since childhood, I had a deep and meaningful connection with Spirit. And growing up in a loving and nurturing church, it was important to me, I'm pretty emotional, wow, to be part of a spiritual community. I enjoyed communing with Spirit in a community with others. So over the years, to continue to deepen my relationship with myself and with Spirit, I explored different communities. And I did therapy and personal development work and studied many different energy medicine modalities. During this time, I became aware that I had integrated the teaching about original sin and being unworthy of God's love as my personal truth, and even as aspects of my identity. I went on to spend 2.5 decades exploring and peeling away at all the places, conscious and unconscious, that these beliefs kept me from having a loving experience of myself and Spirit. So fast forward to 2015, a friend invited me to attend services, and I liked how welcoming everybody was. And it was also so weird how, for Sunday service, it felt like Kevin was always talking to me directly. I won't lie, it took some time for me to move beyond just attending Sunday services. My personality type is kind of leaning into things, even though my husband might call it stubbornness. So in 2020, I was in the first foundations class after the pandemic. And since then, I've taken many classes. And I want to share that the classes have been transformational. I found them to be a safe place to explore, grow, and heal. Wow, I don't know where this emotion's coming from. Most importantly, I found the Science of Mind teachings instrumental in helping me to finally accept a higher and more loving truth about myself and Spirit. Being a member of USC has changed my life to have greater self-love, self-acceptance, inner peace, and a deeper experience of love and connection with myself, with others, and with Spirit. So, when I was asked why I consciously give, it really is so that others can have a deeper experience of love and connection, just like I'm having. So now, since we're talking about conscious giving, we're going to bless our offering. So if you have your offering with you, I invite you to bring it up to your heart. And, you know, we do this every Sunday, and it's actually not a mental process. It's really a heart process. So I invite you to bring your attention down into your heart. And I invite you to repeat after me. As I receive, I give out. And as I give out, I receive. And so it is.
So it is. Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of expression of your unfolding love. Sing along, everyone. Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love. Lovely, lovely.
Let's acknowledge Lori. Our house band. Thanks all of you for being here. Let's stand and join hands. So I'm going to just invite you to, as we join hands, as we show our connection to the symbol of joining hands, to breathe right into your heart and just feel the power of letting go. Feel the power of release right within you. Just feel it now. Feel it move through you and out into your life. So let's know all this together as we say together, and so it is.
Back to our release. Release, and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. Ooh. Great job, everybody. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. That would have been a bit weird, right?